Today I just want to talk a little bit about the different seasons of life, different stages of life, different times of life. And life can have its, its absolute beauty, and it can have its challenges, its difficult terrain, difficulties that we face. And the thing about life is that I'll often say that all the different seasons of life will come. All the different seasons of life will come. Sometimes it's a long winter, sometimes it's a short summer, but all the different seasons of our life will come. They'll come, actually, they'll come to us emotionally, spiritually, financially, in every sense, vocationally, in our work, with everything. And sometimes you can experience all those seasons in one day, right? And so I think there's something about the seasons that can be very powerful about teaching us deep lessons about life. I happen to be recording this in spring, and spring has something about the tail end of winter about it, and about the hope of summer, the birthing of summer. When you think about the seasons, what do you think about? Think about spring, what comes to mind? Is it about growth? Is it about new possibilities? Is it about blossoming? Is it about getting out into nature? Is it about exploring? Is it about new terrains, new adventures? Is it a bit about being young and carefree? When you think about summer, what comes to mind? Is it about the fun, the frivolity, the being in your peak, enjoying life, enjoying the company, the relationships, experiences of life, the wonder of life in its finest, in its color? Just bring back all sorts of memories from your childhood, from your youth, from your heyday. What comes to mind when you think about summer? Starting new chapters in life. Being in the moment. Just being super present. Then when we think about autumn, what comes to mind when you think of autumn? When you think of autumn time? Do you think of getting back to work, getting back to school, new stage, new phases? Maybe you think about harvesting opportunities. Maybe you think about a time of real productivity and creativity. Maybe you think about those maturing in life, having seen a lot of life. Perhaps at this time, really enjoying the bounty of life, perhaps. The wisdom in life. Being very serious in life. And what do you think about when you think about the winter? Challenges in life. Later stages in life. The finality, the temporariness of life. Knowing that there are tougher times, that there are those difficult times, those difficult moments. Maybe you think about ill health, loved ones, losses, those who are no longer with us when you think about the winter. Maybe it makes you think of a lot of sadness and disappointments and loneliness and isolation. What comes to mind when it comes to winter? the end of life, what's beyond this life, what's beyond all of these things. So I'm going to invite you now just to close your eyes, just make yourself comfortable as you think about the seasons, as you embrace all the seasons, knowing all of the seasons of life will come. All of the seasons of life will come. Just close your eyes for a moment. Knowing that all of the seasons of life will come, and it's fine. Okay, keep your eyes closed. Just sit with that, letting it be. Breathing, accepting, acknowledging, appreciating. And there's something very powerful, something very profound when we do accept all of the seasons of life and we see them all for their own unique beauty. Because they all do have a very unique beauty. It might be in spring, it's so obvious to see the blossom and the beauty and the bounty and the richness and the colours and the vibrancy of life. So maybe that's easy for you, or maybe summer and the sun is shining and all of that possibility and the open space and the adventures, maybe that's great. The fun, the holidays, the doing well, prospering. Maybe that's easy, but maybe it's the time where you need to come to a bit of a more of appreciation of the autumn. When it gets a little bit darker, when it gets a little bit colder. Or to just appreciate with experience that one's had, and to come to appreciate the winter, starkness. Sometimes it might be about appreciating a little bit of that aloneness. So, yeah, I just want you to just sit with that again. Which of the seasons is it that you're more at peace with? Which is it the ones that you're more at ease with? And which of the seasons are the ones that it is that perhaps you need to just accept a little bit more deeply? Which of the ones is it that you need to just spend a little bit more time accepting and acknowledging? Is it about the winter? Is that the time you're in now? And what's interesting with this is that you can be in different, that you can be in a room of 4 people and you're all in a different season. You might be in all a different season of life in terms of your age. You might be in a different season of life in terms of your stage. You might be in a different season of your life emotionally in terms of what's going on, and of course financially, practically, in all sorts of different ways. So there's something about coming to appreciate this, appreciating this in yourself, appreciating this in others, that can be very, very powerful. The acceptance, the appreciation, the gratitude. The seasons don't need to be run from. They certainly need to be honoured, though. They certainly need to be acknowledged. And then sometimes it can be the case that you're able to best prepare for them. Having conversations with people who are in those different stages can be very, very, very profound. Having the conversation with the person who is there in the winter, the conversation there in the early stages in spring. I think there's so much we can learn from all of these things rather than running from them. It's so, 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 so powerful and so important to be able to do. But sometimes we get caught up in the noise, our own noise of just purely what's going on for us. So, yeah, the seasons of life, appreciating every single moment, every single day, appreciating this shift in the seasons. And even when it comes to thinking about nature, sometimes you'll begin to become really, really aware of it, that in one day, you're going to get the sun, you're going to get the rain, you're going to get the wind, you might get all sorts of other things. And rather than criticizing it or being disappointed by it, really come to appreciate it. What's the learning? What's the learning? So I just want to thank you here for stopping by and listening to this video. Uh, and why not go out and enjoy the seasons? And it's interesting, isn't it, that we human beings, it's interesting that sometimes it might be only the pets going to walk the dog or whatever that gets us out into um, nature, or it might be only when we've had frustration, we've had an argument, whatever, or we've been working for such long hours that we realise that we need to go out and get the fresh air. But it can be powerful, because the moment that you step outside, it sometimes means that you're able to step outside your own immediate confines of how you've been seeing and perceiving things. So there's beauty there, and you can do that actually in any season. You can do that as much in the winter. Might require a little bit of care underfoot, um, but there can be such beauty there, and you'll see the stark beauty um, in winter. Whereas actually, it might be that you might see far more blossoming beauty in the spring, or a vibrant beauty in the summer, or the crisp colours and sounds of the autumn. So appreciate the seasons of life, and I invite you to just one more time, maybe close your eyes. Pause, breathe. What season are you in your life? Maybe you're in the early stages. Maybe you're in your youth. Maybe you're heading towards your middle age, middle stages. Maybe it is that you're maturing. Maybe it is that you're in the latter years of life, or appreciating whatever stage is, and appreciating the entire journey, appreciating all of the learning, appreciating what you've seen in all of these seasons of life, with all of their ups and downs, with all the stuff that you've learned. How is it that you can appreciate it? How is it you can embrace it? How is it you can perhaps share the wisdoms and the insights from what you've seen? So I just want to thank you and enjoy the seasons.